All right, let me see if I can get this thing rolling. Let's get Discord going. All right, let's see what we got going on. This looks good. All right, what's up, guys? I'm trying to make sure this is actually working here. Looks like it is. Good connection. First YouTube live stream. So let's get things rolling here. All right, we're looking at Dow futures coming towards the end of the day. This is the YM 5-minute chart. I'm looking at usually a no indicator guy, but I got some volume stuff up here. This is just session volume, volume profile, plots it on some horizontal levels here. If we take a look at what happened today, opened up at 9:30 a.m. NYSE open, pushed up pretty hard, failed to continue that move and just started trickling all the way back down. If we check out NASDAQ, opened up really just the opposite way, kind of what's been going on the last couple days. Opened up really, really bearish, pushed all the way down, found a bunch of support down here below prior day low, and then started to just kind of this halfway, consolidation, rangy trend up. I'm going to be focusing on Dow for the last about hour and 20 minutes here of the trading session. Closes at, I'm going to wrap up right at 4 p.m. Eastern. So we came all the way up here. I'll go over my analysis real quick, kind of how I start out on these. I take a look at pre-market high and low. This is the 9:30 a.m. Eastern line for NYSE open. I'll go back till about 2-3 o'clock in the morning of that day, and I'll mark out a high and a low. Just kind of gives me a baseline pre-market session range, what the trend is looking like for that pre-market. Where some support and resistance might be found, where some order blocks are, just the basics. The zones really I've got marked off over here. I've been using volume a little bit more, just been playing with that. I've been in the spot futures market for forever and no volume from the brokers that I had used, U.S. regulated brokers, not showing any trading volume. So it's been interesting to see how volume, this session volumes have kind of coincided with support and resistance zones. So if I zoom out, you'll see I'm using the point of control for these session volumes just to mark out some zones. They almost always, again, line up with some highs and lows, some areas of interest. I usually don't mark a whole bunch of zones outside of my pre-market range and then prior day high and low, which I have marked here with just a horizontal line. I'll hop out to the daily and I'll mark out the high and low. A lot of times those are important zones to just keep an eye on. Just gives me a frame of reference of where price has been headed. But again, the zones that I've been marking out, as you can see, like this one, it's going to line up. It's just below this set of lows, this price action right here. Big volume, obviously showing from this session that was traded as it came down. As a whole, we know U.S. stock market's been in a wild tear to the upside. It's kind of pulled back. If we zoom out on, I'll get rid of some of this crap for now. If we zoom out on a higher time frame, look at the 1 hour, recent structure. Big uptrend, obviously, still continuing, pushed up, really, really big high it put in. It's pulled back down, checked out these highs, maybe found some support here, and now is pushing back up. If we drop down to the 5-minute, that's what we saw at the start of the day. Looked really bullish. Yesterday's price action was a push up. Found some resistance, trickled all the way back down, put a low in, and then from there had this massive move up. Really similar move on NASDAQ as well. And then today, again, opened up really, really strong on the 5-minute. As you can see, pushed up like crazy. Found some resistance up here, not at a particular zone that I had marked, and then just fell off all the way back down to like the middle of the trading range. Since then, it's obviously found some support and has headed all the way back up. I was looking for buys the whole day, didn't take any trades. I probably would have taken something and been stopped out if this started to break up here, and I probably would have taken something down from this range if this price action started to push up. My basic approach here is just using structure and price action, trying to trade along with the trend. If the higher time frame trend is lining up with this pre-market and pre-market opens bullish, I'm going to look for this push up, try to find a buy after a pullback, and then price action showing some buying pressure on the way up. Super simple, you know, a little bit of an aggressive scalping style of trading. I will flip bearish if I get stopped out pretty quick, and I'm convinced that price has a decent shot of heading lower. But you know, for the most part, I'm going to wait to watch for structure and then you know, hop in to continue the trend. So this looked pretty good as it was coming back up, pushed up, pulled all the way back down, then broke above these highs. I was too busy messing with YouTube, which is saying warning for some reason, but I'm gonna let this go, and hopefully you guys can hear me. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna just kind of run to the upside towards the end of the day here. We're at 2:42 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to look to jump into a buy pretty quickly if this continues. I'm going to try to take some trades just so we can get some stuff open, get some action going on the stream. But this is lining up for a nice trade. Big push up, not a big pullback to this area that I would kind of like to see somewhere around this zone. I might give it a second. If this closes bullish and starts to push up, I might take a trade. Again, we're kind of running into this point of control that was from 2 sessions ago, I believe. No, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 sessions ago. Could be hitting some resistance up here. This could be coming towards the end of the run, but I think it's likely to trickle back up this way and just kind of continue its push higher towards the end of the day. Let's kind of just see what we get with this candle here. Get the trading tool ready. Again, trading this in the futures market. Obviously, contracts, ticks, all that fun stuff. Same as a US 30 chart in the CFD market. Same deal with NASDAQ. They call it NQ. This is called YM. It's the E-mini Dow futures, the $5 contract futures. Same as the US 30 and NAS 100 charts. The sizing is going to be different, and the price over here is also going to be different than what you see. So let's just see what we get on this one. I'm going to take a look. I'm just sizing some stuff out. Probably enter with something closer to a 30, like 3 or 4 contracts, something like a 30 tick or point stop loss. This trades as 1 tick is 1 point in the Dow. It's a little bit different in the NASDAQ, the E-mini NASDAQ. So yeah, we could get something rolling like this. Again, I'm going to trade right on here, so you'll see my entry, you'll see profit and loss running, you'll see what the stop loss is. I'm going to wait to see how this candle closes. If we start to push up right away, I'll probably just jump in. Maybe I'll be a little bit early. Don't want to take a stop out, but I'll probably bring a stop up pretty quick. If I'm going to take this buy on the bias that I want to see this thing push up right away and jump right into profit. If not, maybe it stops us out, comes down here, pulls back a little bit before a move up. Don't have too much time for that to play out, but we might not get that push right now. Nice. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I'll check out some Forex analysis after this. Just what I've been watching on the 1 hour, a little bit higher time frame stuff. and show you what I'm looking at for the rest of the week here. No real news today. 6 o'clock, I think we got an FOMC member speaking. We got some high impact news tomorrow. I think there's some stuff at 8:30 and 10 that's red folder for USD. We'll check that out. That might make for some interesting trading. And then it's Easter weekend this weekend. Friday's Good Friday. Almost everything's closed. I won't be trading anything on Friday, so I'll wrap up tomorrow. But been trying to hop on here, hop on the charts in the afternoon. You see some big moves. Again, like yesterday, it was a wild sell-off. So, there's some action right at the end of the day. Makes for guys that are in different time zones, gives them a little bit of opportunity to check out the U.S. indices. And just if you're lazy and you wake up late, I trade NYSE Open every morning, focusing on, Dow and NASDAQ mini futures. That's kind of been my bread and butter. Been working out really nice. I've got a program where I do it live with guys in Discord, do it through Zoom, so everybody can jump on, talk, ask questions. We can go through stuff together, analyze charts, talk about their trading, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, this looks like it wants to push. Gonna wait for some confirmation. I'll probably jump in here before a candle close on a push back up. I mean, obviously, this is a hell of a wick to the upside here, but I'm following this nice uptrend structure, right? Like pretty simple uptrend. Again, my bias really was buys all day. I watched it till about this 11:30 mark, somewhere around here. As it was breaking down, wasn't quick enough to flip to sells, but I mean, after a push up like this, I'm not looking for a sell on the first pullback down. I'm looking for buys the whole way. I just didn't get a push up high enough to confirm that it was pushing up, so kept us out of some losing trades. But we'll see if we can't get something on this one here. Kind of pulling back down. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing just for fun. Not much. Kind of the same deal. The slow trickle up after its massive sell-off this morning. Found a whole bunch of support down here and then didn't really bounce. So we'll see. Maybe this one gets some volatility towards the end of the day too, but I'm going to keep the focus on the Dow for now. A little bit easier with sizing. I probably would like to trade the NASDAQ a little bit better. I don't know why. Probably not any real reason that I'd be able to quantify, but the volume seems to line up really nice there. Price action seems to lead on the NASDAQ compared to the other indexes, but the sizing on the Dow is much easier. You can size in super small and just much more flexible. I'm coming from trading it as like a CFD where you can size however you want and have an exact size. The contract thing is a little bit different, so I'm just still getting used to that. Other than that, everything's pretty much the same. Some nice benefits, honestly. The really no spread stuff like that's pretty sweet in the futures market. Once you just get used to looking at the right chart, the right month, that type of stuff. But let me make sure YouTube is still working. Yeah, looks like it. It looks like it. We'll see. Maybe I'll jump off here and I was talking to myself the whole time. So we look like we're pulling back. We might tap into this zone here. I'm not one for buying as price is falling, so I'll have to be waiting, but I'm going to look for something like this push up with a candle starting to push up above these highs. If we get a close, nice bullish close, I might take it. Just depends. I trade discretionary, so I don't have black and white rules. I'm not going to stick to something and say exactly after the candle closes up here and sweeps list liquidity and blah, blah, blah. No, just, I'll trade structure and price action as it forms on the chart. Try to make the best trading decision I can and take losses that will inevitably come on the chin. Had a nice win yesterday. Ended up being a 2-to-1. Posted that on everything. Monday was a tough day. Ended up taking 2 losses just on the wrong side of the market. Had my bias, was watching price action, trading the same way that I usually do, and price just didn't want to cooperate, moved against me, and stopped me out twice. So It happens. That's just part of it. You probably see it on here if I take a few trades, but that's just trading. The deal is you got to come with a clear head every day, despite losses, despite back-to-back winners. You can't be over leveraging or getting too cocky. The market has a real fun way of humbling you quickly. So just got to have your plan of attack, your guidelines, your approach, whatever you want to call it, if not a strategy, and trade that. Yeah, so I'm going to watch what happens from here. Again, sometimes a lot of volatility will come in at this like 3 o'clock, 3:15 mark. Really anywhere between like, the 2 and the 4 o'clock mark. Sometimes it doesn't do anything. Sometimes you just get a bunch of chop back and forth. We might get that, but I'm going to trade this as a continuation of this uptrend. Again, if this is as far as this wants to pull back, that's fine. I'll take it to the upside. Looking at these highs that already broke above, did put this big wick in again, which is kind of a bearish sign, wicking up to this zone here, but that's fine. I don't have a ton of zones. I definitely think it could come up here and mess around anywhere in this area above this high that it already put in. That would be cool. If it's gonna just continue this move up and decide to run a little bit, it's got some room to do it. This is not really been touched. We got some stuff up here. Obviously, these traded back and forth. We got some overlapping stuff here, but it could definitely run all the way back up. I don't think we'll see a huge move like that, but we will let price action just play out and see what the market gives us. Let's check NASDAQ again real quick. Whole lot of nothing on this one. Same kind of deal, just slow trend up. Maybe it's going to break down through. I'm watching for that as well on Dow. If it flips, bearish, starts pushing down really, really hard, maybe we look for that sell. Try to maintain some flexibility here. Again, got this nice trend up, so that's kind of what we're playing off of. But if we start to see some really bearish stuff breaking down here quick, and then pushing farther down, maybe we get some small structure that forms. Maybe we look for a sell towards the end of the day. These move very quickly. We're trading them on the 5-minute, so you got to maintain some flexibility. You don't want to be like flip-flopping back and forth, just kind of arbitrarily taking stuff, chasing price. But it can definitely be helpful if you have some mental flexibility. Come in confident, and when price is telling you it wants to head down, try to ride that move down. So right now I'm going to wait. I wouldn't be taking anything sell-wise, again, unless there was some massive momentum down and or we started breaking below this level. So just be patient, see what we get. This would have been decent buy trades on the way up here, but I'm going to wait and see if we get a push above here at some point pretty quick. It can really pull down anywhere in between here, and I'd still be anywhere down to this low, and I'd still be looking long. So see what we get. Check out what YouTube is saying. Says good connection. Cool. Hopefully you guys could hear me. This is supposed to be the chat, but oh, look at that! Now I can see the chat. What broker are you using for futures? So this is Tradeovate. It's integrated with TradingView. This is actually an eval account with a prop account type deal, coming from the future side. Coming from the Forex side, it's just in the US, it's been an absolute nightmare on the prop firm and just broker in general side of things. So move over to futures has been pretty interesting. So far, Tradeovate's been really awesome. integrates with TradingView. I could trade right on, right on the chart. It seems to work very, very fast. That seems to be the only issue that guys have, is if you're using TradingView to trade, like there's a little bit of lag. For me, I'm not scalping super, super quickly, so maybe, the split second is okay for me. But from what I found watching them side by side and like trading, watching the orders, watching the price action, it seems okay for me so far. But I'm lucky enough to have capital, to have my own live capital to trade. I'm a big fan of leveraging other people's money if it's an option to do so. And I've posted this in Telegram, feel a responsibility to kind of know what's going on, what's out there, if there's anything reasonable for guys that don't have a lot of live capital to get started trading, want to learn the skill set and find a way to make this work. So the prop firm thing is, really interesting. They seem extremely professional in the futures market. Again, I haven't worked with any of them long enough to know. In the Forex market, I wouldn't recommend anything, especially if you're in the US. Everything I've seen has just gone by the wayside. I was burned on a whole bunch of stuff. It seems like, it's just going really downhill. There's a ton of regulation coming in. I don't think that US traders are going to have access to much of anything on the prop firm side. Still deciding between NinjaTrader versus Tradeovate. I feel you, man. I think it's the same company. I think one owns the other. Again, I'm not the expert on brokers, and I don't really make. I'll tell you this, I'm definitely never going to make recommendations on. Shouldn't say never, but right now I'm not going to make any recommendations on a broker or a prop firm, or anything to do with taxes. All that stuff is super individualized. Depends on where you are. All that stuff's important. I'm watching this bullish bar kind of coming out of the top of this zone here. I'm going to see how this. I'm going to see if this continues, and maybe I'll hop in before it closes. Could be pretty early on this move, but I do want to see. But yeah, in general, man, maybe shortly down the line, I'm going to try to do some giveaways with some prop firm stuff. Just generate some more buzz, honestly, just kind of as a way of getting my name out there more and trying to give back to guys. I'll probably do some giveaway stuff with the prop firm that they call them like futures funding firms, but the one that I'm messing with right now that's been really good so far. But yeah, I think you'd be okay with there you go, NinjaTrader acquired Tradeovate. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, like when you sign up and choose, they got the name on both if you're going for like the prop thing. So yeah, again, Tradeovate's been really cool. I don't have enough time to be experiencing any problems with it so far, but it's pretty straightforward. And again, anything that integrates with TradingView for me is a huge win. I think TradingView is super intuitive, easy to use. Trading straight from the chart that I'm going to do all my charting on is nice, but the charting inside of Tradeovate is pretty sweet also. Nice. Yeah, same login. Thanks, Mario. Yeah, man, I'll be messing with more of them for sure. But yeah, so far, just as a whole, again, the future side of things, it's super well regulated. It's all a centralized market. I really was never a fan of anything that was unregulated or it's hard enough to turn a profit in trading. If I have to worry about whether or not my funds are safe with the broker that I'm trading with, it's just adding a whole nother piece of risk that's not so necessary in my opinion. So the future side thing is pretty sweet. You could trade, from what I've seen so far, pretty big size. I don't think you're super limited coming over from a regulated Forex broker to the futures market. Obviously, the unregulated stuff are guys that are in other places of the world where they have this 500 to 1 leverage in the futures market and CFD market. Might be a little bit different. Yeah, so anyway, I'm watching this price action form. I'm going to go ahead and jump in right here, guys.
Order filled.
So this is me placing my buy. I'm going to go ahead and set a stop. Let me just throw this on the chart. A sell stop. Throw it right under here for now. 4 contracts on. I know that was kind of quick. I was yapping as I was seeing this one push up. Again, this might just be a pullback as a downtrend is starting. Might be early on this one. Let me go ahead and measure this out before I throw this in a hard spot. Yeah, I'm going to pull this down a little bit. I want to get around this 30 pip level, 30 tick level. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. Gonna target. Gonna see what price action looks like if it continues this push up. I want to see this. I want to see some momentum push up right now from this candle. If it starts to turn from here, maybe I'll duck out before we get to this stop. If this continues, maybe we'll get a close somewhere up here near the high or past the high. Again, this is an eval account, so it's okay to just experiment a little bit with it. The way the risk structure works is you've got to be pretty tight. So getting stop loss to break even, not having these really, really wide stops seems to be a little bit more, a little bit better of a way to handle risk. So nice. We got a nice push up. Again, stop loss is pretty far down here. If this turns and starts checking out this low, I'll probably duck out a little bit early. Four contracts at 30 ticks is about $600 of risk. I got some profit on this account already. I think I'm like, $700, $800 in profit, just off of a day or two of trading with not a lot of trades. So we'll see if we can get a nice run up. I would like to see this push up and break above this level right here, these highs, get a close above and keep rolling. If not, maybe we turn right from here. Again, hopped in before candle close as it was pushing up right off this level. Hopefully it follows this structure nicely. If not, we take the quick L and we see what else is presented. This could easily pull one of these moves, come down here, pick up everybody's stops like me that just jumped in, and then continue its move. Would still look to get bullish. Maybe this is just, maybe this is as high as it's going to pull up. This is the start of a downtrend, and we're going to continue down. I kind of like to make arguments, against my trade just so I could be prepared. If it decides to come straight back down, what the game plan will be. But so far, this fits my criteria for entry. Really nice structure, push up, pull back, push up, pull back, fresh highs, pull back down, checked out this zone that I had marked out. Very, very basic potential support zone, prior highs somewhere down in the middle of this move. And we've got a nice bullish candle here and then, bullish candle pushing up. So we'll see how this moves from here. Tradeovate or Ninja are excellent for trade copier. Yeah, man. It's awesome. I haven't messed with any of that stuff, but if some of these funded accounts start working out, you can have multiple of them. You can run one Tradeovate account or Ninja Trader account, I guess, and just use a trade copier. I've seen plenty of guys do that and end up with a whole lot of funding. So it will be interesting. I'll keep you guys updated, let you know how my experience goes with them. So let's see, man. We got the big push up. We got some profit rolling. Is the market going to be nice to us? We don't know. We'll hang out and we will see. Let's look at NASDAQ real quick. NASDAQ is not doing shit. Kind of following this half-ass, I'm not a big trend line guy, but kind of following this channel on its way up that it's been doing all day. As long as this continues, or maybe it pushes back up, it'll give Dow a little bit of room to run up. If it breaks right down, we might be in trouble here. So let's just watch our trade. Not an excellent close above here, and kind of a reversal coming back down. Again, I'm going to let this thing run a little bit. Would have liked to see this momentum push right from here. But again, sometimes you get some stuff like this. If you saw, push up and then a pull back down right to the lows just below, and then the big move up. Same thing here. Sometimes it takes a couple candles. This candle overlapped. Here was your big bullish push up from the bottom. You had this candle trade all the way back down here near the body and then just continue its run up. So got to give them a little bit of room to breathe. Again, realistically, I wouldn't want to hold much below this low. That would kind of be invalidating my trade. So see what we get here, man. Nothing crazy, nice and light. Less than we'll probably cap this less than $600 risk if it comes down and stops us out. Not a whole lot on the eval account, but to the upside, could be looking nice. Again, this would be, we would be at 1-to-1 of our starting risk, right about here. Just a tick lower. That would be pretty sweet. Again, looking for this end of the day kind of just move as it goes. So we'll see what we get. Yeah, I wonder how much. I'm gonna have to go back and see. Maybe I'll mess with some of this. I wonder how much latency, how behind this stream is when you see me trading on here. I think there's a pretty big lag on YouTube, but another nice push up. Can we get above this high of the prior bar? It wants to, finding a little bit of resistance. We'll get the play-by-play commentary going. So far, okay. Again, if we turn and come down from here, might look to duck out, but I'm gonna let it run for right now. Nice, above prior bar high. Now it's time to get up near the 1-to-1 and test that prior high. Let's see. Sweet, looks good. Nice push up. Let's keep it moving here, guys. Nice. I don't love my entry for a stop loss, but that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll probably scale out of 2 contracts and bring stop loss to break even once we get up to a 1-to-1. If we don't get near that 1-to-1, I'll be a little bit defensive as this comes back down with the intention of hopping back in if I close out early. Nice pull back. Yeah, man, I want to see this momentum continue. It's not super strong. Again, we're late in the day with probably some pretty low volume. What are we at? 309. Let's look. This normal volume doesn't really help me so much. I haven't found it to be super useful, but I'll throw this crap back on the screen so we can see what it looks like. Again, plotting some horizontal volume. This is going to be the point of control for the day. This is showing some volume down here. This was some nice volume up near this area. This volume by bar, again, I don't find it extremely useful, but I've been watching it because it seems to be utilized by a lot of top futures traders, and it just wasn't available to me in the FX market. So got the retracement coming down. It pushed up. Didn't get a big close above here. That's not great. I'm going to hold on to this down to these lows. See if we find some support here. If not, and this is putting in a double top that's failing to break this high, I might look for sells on this pretty quick after. This looked like it would play out pretty nice, but again, kind of got that momentum failing on the way up. Yeah, big push down. So let's see if we test this low or we take the stop. I'm gonna go a little bit tighter here. I'd rather be stopped for a little bit less. That is, yeah. I'll probably flip to a sell pretty quick, which could play nicely or could play poorly. But we're gonna trade price action and market structure here. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna take the stop on this one. Let's look at NASDAQ real quick. NASDAQ breaking down, so this might be the big sell-off towards the end of the day. I'm going to look to get in on that if this does continue.
Stop filled.
That's the stop. L number 1. Let's see if this does continue down from here. Could be coming down again to pick up some liquidity stops, whatever it wants to do before pushing back up. Or we might be seeing the sell-off be put in here. Again, kind of had that double top. This was nice bullish price action to the upside. Pushed up, really failed to come all the way up and continue this move. Again, could see something along these lines where, it just fails first time around and then pushes back up. So I'm going to give this a minute. If it turns quickly back to the upside, I will look to get long. If this is going to continue down, I'll look to get short on it and see if we can't squeeze a win out of it. But let's see how this one plays from here. YouTube still playing nice. Nice. Get rid of this. Yeah, maybe it wants to come down. Again, this is NASDAQ kind of, again, this is not a big trend line guy, but this is somewhat what it was following here. It's kind of breaking down. I would have looked to see for this to continue up, if anything, but we're getting the push down. Dow kind of followed it on that one. So let's see what we get here. Again, if we flip bullish quick on this one, I'm gonna look to get long on it. And if we continue the push, I might look to get in on the sell. Again, about 45 minutes left of NYSE, so this is kind of the end of day volatility. Sometimes it kind of just chops around, and you get caught in the middle of it trying to catch the move, but a lot of times you get a day like yesterday where it just runs. You could pick up a huge move, as it was as NASDAQ was selling off yesterday. I mean, could have probably hopped in anywhere there and been solid. Wait and see on this one. Maybe finding some support. Long wick to the downside, kind of close above. We got to push up above this candle. I'm going to get long again and throw a stop below it. If we don't and we continue this move down, I'm probably going to look to get short on it and see if we can't play the downside. Let's check NASDAQ one more time. Still pushing down. But maybe we find some support and we continue the push. This was just coming down to wick everybody out, including myself. Kind of slow moving price action, which is not abnormal for the end of the day, but I want to see some movement. This looked like we might be getting it, but that move failed quick. So looks like it might continue its push down. I'm gonna want to see some kind of move either way. I do like to wait for like candle closures for the most part. Early morning at the open, you get pretty big moves that will continue. I'm trying to get a nice entry here without waiting too long and missing the move. So I'll be quicker to jump in the middle of a candle, which sometimes works out nicely, sometimes doesn't work out so nicely. But we'll see. Yeah, kind of indecision there. No, this is the 5 minute chart. This would be the 1 minute. Yeah, kind of a little more zoomed in view, but yeah, somewhat of a breakdown off of this trend with this one failing and then the push down. Again, we'll kind of see if this pushes down below here and maybe look to jump in on the downside. But I like watching you can watch this on the 1 minute. When it's moving this slow, it's not terrible to watch it. I like to watch it on the 5 minute. It's just a little bit just a preference thing. Usually it is moving fast. I'm used to the open. The 5 minute can be a little bit better for, just having the most recent price action and structure in view, and not getting too zoomed in. So yeah, waiting to see if this pushes down and breaks this low. Overall, I still think that this is likely to run up a little bit. The closer we get to the close without a lot of momentum either way, the less inclined I am to take another trade. But we'll hang out and we'll see. If we get close to 4 or I decide I'm going to wrap it up on this, I'll jump on some Forex charts quick, kind of give you guys the top-down view of what I'm looking at for the FX pairs that I watch. A lot of rangy kind of consolidating stuff in general on those. But Looking at Euro USD, waiting to see what USD JPY is going to do, if that's just going to blast through, the major highs and keep pushing up. And USD CAD is kind of in an interesting spot at a resistance zone, like a 4-hour, 1-hour resistance zone. So take a look at that. Yeah, I don't know. We might not get a big move out of these. Again, I think this is going to push, but I'm not looking to get caught on the wrong side of it again. I'm going to look at NASDAQ kind of finding some support here. Yeah, these might just be a consolidating kind of end of day deal. Somewhat of an indecision, and then some bullish buying pressure again down around this zone. I might take this long now and just have a real tight stop. Not really waiting for price action. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. Let's get a 30 tick.
Order filled.
Yeah, so I'm going to make this. Yeah, I'm going to get all the way up here with it. Long again. Again, playing this buying pressure coming up out of here. It can very easily turn from here and just play to the downside and come back down and just stop us out. That would be that on this one, but not giving it much room at all. It is the 5 minute, so again on the 1 minute, we're kind of down below a structural level here, but I'm looking at this overall structure up. I do see the failed move here. Nice momentum candle. Not really waiting for it to close, but I want to see this continue. I'm going to be defensive on this one and move my stop quickly to break even. Yeah, like I want to see the nice push out of one of these candles. So if we don't get it, I'd prefer to be stopped out. Okay, I'm going to go stop loss just a hair above break even. So if it comes down, we secure a little bit of stop, a little bit of profit if it comes down quickly. Again, not a big spread problem in the futures market. But yeah, I want to see this be the candle that pushes up, and if anything comes down, test these a little bit and then continues up. 30 would be right about here. That's the first target that we're looking at. Stop loss of break even. This might just come down and stop me out. But this looks okay so far. This is the stuff we're looking for. Really big momentum move towards the end of the day. This could be it. This candle is much larger so far. We've got a minute left on it than everything else around it. As you can see, pretty much everything looking back towards this area over here. So nice big bullish momentum candle. Nearing that 1-to-1 level. I'm going to hold it because I need my winners to be a little bit bigger than my losers. Come on, Dow. Play nice with me now. Tap this high. Can we break above, man, and get the candle moving up? Let's see it. Let's see it. I'm going to get ready to scale out of 2. Nice. Above the prior bar high. That's a really nice indication. Can we get up to this? Can we get up to this level? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to scale out a 3 up here.
Order filled.
That's me scaling out of 3. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this stop, change it to a 1. Stop loss above break even. Again, closed out 3 contracts up here. I got a decent feeling this may just turn from here and pull down. That's why I'm closing out 3/4 of the position, secured some profit. Back to, yeah, if this comes down, be back to break even. Or no, sorry, this is about break even on the trading session. I'm still up for the day, so we're okay. But I want to let this thing run, man. This is the nice move. Again, big bullish candle. That's the momentum we're looking for. If this is going to fail and come all the way back down to this level, it is what it is. Maybe it just pulls a nice retest. Maybe it doesn't want to leave this open, pulls a nice big retest, and then pushes. That can just as easily happen, but I'm going to protect capital on this one. I don't want to see the second winner turn into a loser. So I got 1 contract running. If it comes all the way back down and then starts to bounce, stops me out, starts to bounce hard, I'll go ahead and take another trade on it. Again, a little bit more aggressive than what you've seen on some of the stuff in the morning where I'll have a 30, 40 tick or point stop loss. I'll just let the thing run and go from there. But this allows me to get in and out quickly, protect capital. I took the stop out when I didn't really need to down here. This only wicked down below these lows and then pushed back up. But again, I would have been, just as happy if this decided to come all the way down here after. So we'll see. Might want to kind of come down here and close this gap that it's making. I'm not one to talk about fair value gaps or imbalances or any really fancy stuff, but I just pay attention to what is happening on the chart itself. Come on, man. Let's see the big push. I'd probably be looking second target here. This is 30. This is kind of a reach to be looking way up to this level. If I come back, yeah, there's the nice push towards the high, man. Let's see it. It's above all this price action here. It's above this shit. I'm going to throw a array right there just to see what that looks like. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to hang out on this one. I'm going to move stop loss up below this bar. Really nice push up. Really nice push. Keep going, man. Keep going. Look at that. Look at that run. Look at that run. Come on, man. A little bit further. A little bit further. I'm going to give it a second, see if we can't hit that TP since I waited. If not, I'll get a stop out below this bar if it comes all the way back down. But that's the big momentum here at the end of the day, guys. This is what we're looking for. That's why I'm aggressively hopping in. Again, took the stop on the first trade, back into profit on the day. I'm probably going to just, close this one if we start to get the real big retracement down. But this is, a lot of buying pressure coming right into the last half hour of NYSE open. NYSE close. So let's see, 30 seconds, about 20 seconds left on this candle. But that's the momentum move, man. That is the momentum move. Again, I was a little bit quick to close out 3 instead of half the position at, near that 1-to-1 level. But again, just trying to be a little bit more defensive on this play. Again, if this turns bearish, I'm going to close out pretty quick. I'm going to give it a second to have this second push. Nah, it's not really liking it. We might retrace a bit. I'm going to close this out for now. Yeah.
Order filled.
Nice. Winner on the second one, very slightly larger than the first. What does that put me? Yeah, about $100 for the session. Not very exciting. Let's see if we get a third trade out of it. If we get a deep pullback and then a turn, maybe I'll get another trade out of this one. But that's really the move that we're looking for here. If this turns again quickly, I might take another one on it just to get the final run up. Let's check NASDAQ real quick. Not really doing much. Pushed off this after kind of came down and broke this trend line down, but didn't have that move like the Dow. But yeah, this is what, this is why I wanted to hop back on. You kind of get this end of day volatility, this end of day volume. If we're looking at volume down here, you can capitalize on some of these, some of these nice moves. A lot of times not huge, but you get a nice move towards the end of the day. Sometimes it's a reversal. A lot of times it's just a continuation. It kind of just trickles that way, and you get some big pushes out of it right before the close. Yeah, this might keep running, man. If I get in again, I'm going to do it with a really tight stop. Take a small loss on it, and that would be that. It would be a quick scalp. But yeah, we slowed on this one. This didn't continue its push like this one did right here. So closed out a little bit of profit here. So would like to end on more than $100, near the break-even level, but we won't be greedy. We'll just trade the market. Yeah, I got to look at the next level here. Where are we going to head if we get above this? Somewhere up here, man. It's where it looks like it wants to go. This is kind of no man's land. Yeah, I mean, I probably just got to hang on for this one. That was my closeout. That was the winning trade. Again, a little bit defensive on the 3 contracts as it came up. This level was going to be the test after failing once again. But that's the name of the game with indices. You want to be a little bit defensive with them. I would have liked to run that winner a little bit more, but wanted to see this thing get back to showing some bullish momentum. Where are we at here? 335. Yeah, this might be. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing. Not a big move out of NASDAQ really at all. Stayed within this range for like the whole trading session. This is 10 a.m. All the way near the 4 o'clock range. Dow played nice with us the second time around. Yeah, I'm considering one more buy on this one. Again, with just a really tight stop. But we're already pretty far extended on that thing. I'd prefer not to give back another $400 or anything like that. But this looks like it's just going to continue doing its thing. Yeah, man, I'm going to be more inclined to do some of these. I'll probably do the YouTube thing a little bit more, maybe jumping on later in the day, just doing the freebie thing and doing some live trading near the end of session. A little bit calmer price action. You're kind of just hoping for that big move. Yeah, there's the big push up, man. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, you get these end of day moves, man. So it's fun to trade. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this bad boy alone for now. Again, had my opportunity to hold. I decided to just cut it pretty quick and take my profit and call that the end of the session. This would have been a really nice hold from down here on the first trade that we took the stop out on. I don't know where the entry was, somewhere up here on this push that failed. But, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's 1, 2, and you got to get back after some losses. But, yeah, man, really nice read. Obviously, again, very, very simple for anybody that wants a breakdown on what I'm looking at on this before I move on to some Forex pairs. For the open, I look at pre-market range. I look at a high and a low headed back towards the 2, 3 a.m. I'm really giving you my whole strategy here. It's not magic or anything special. Pre-market range, I want to look at what the trend has been doing for the last few days. I'll usually drop up to the 1 hour, the 4 hour. I'll look at what the higher time frame trend is that will help me shape a basic bias that I'm going to bring with me to that trading day. I do recognize I'm on the 5-minute chart and price is going to move quickly. Whether or not we're in an uptrend or downtrend, there's going to be pullbacks that will be their own trend on lower time frames. So I take that into consideration. Today, I was looking for buys in the morning, didn't find any. Price pushed up at the open. I wanted to see a pullback and some sort of buying pressure. And, luckily it didn't fake me out because I probably would have taken something way up here or something coming down out of this zone, but we didn't get that. Consolidated up here. I was not going to jump in just on the opening trend. Pulled back down, didn't find support here and start to push up. Didn't find support here and start to push up. Wasn't until way later in the day. At this point, you could have flipped to sells and been looking for, to take this to the downside, but this formed, much later in the day and continued all the way here towards the end of the day. And it looks like it's going to head towards this, this just close at the high of the day. Big move here at the end of the day. So interesting to see, man. Really interesting to see. Massive. No, I shouldn't say massive, but nice move up. 100 points in the Dow that you can find from, this 2:30 to 4 o'clock. So again, you don't always get this. Sometimes you just get this choppy back and forth movement. You could throw TradingView in replay mode, look back, through prior days. You could check out the sessions. You could mark it by the session and just see. I would say a lot of the time volatility comes in towards the end of the day and you get some kind of move. I find it often, wow, look at this run up, man. Yeah, this would have been one to hold. A lot of times you get this run up and it's a continuation move of whatever the prevailing trend was that day. Sometimes it's a reversal, which is why I'm sitting here saying, hey, look, if this, started to break down pretty quickly, it pulled back down, failed to break this high right here, and then started to push down and maybe got below these lows. Maybe we see a run down towards, the open somewhere in that middle of that session range, prior day high, which would have been this bar here. That was kind of used as, some kind of support area as it came back down. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Price action, market structure. again, I'm using volume. I've been watching, VWAP and volume down on the bottom, kind of just seeing how that lines up with, with zones that I would mark on the chart based on highs and lows, the support and resistance zones that I mark. You can call them order blocks. You can call them, supply and demand. A lot of guys say, oh, no, they're all different things. That's fine, man. However you want to identify areas of interest that are horizontal levels on the chart. I don't think an enormous amount of importance needs to be placed on where you're going to draw your discretionary zones, if they're not black and white rules, as a way to structure risk, because they don't really have any predictive power, in my opinion. It's just a good way to structure risk, to frame your trades out, and be able to trade in a way where you're looking to make a little bit more on your winners than you are on your losers. Yeah, man, this one did me dirty with this push up. Again, I was looking for a little bit more resistance to be found right at this zone. That's why I was defensive, taking 3 contracts off early, and then the second push up close out around this level. Figured we got above the high, looking at about that measured move. Here's a push up, here's the higher high, here's the higher high, here's the third higher high, something roughly like that. But this was the run up, and there's a case to be made for running your winning trades right there, man. So, man, what a move. What a move. Yeah, like from the bottom of this move, 170 points in the Dow. So very nice. I'm going to swap over to Forex real quick. I'll take a look at some stuff on the 1 hour chart. I'll show you a trade from today on Euro. I'll come back and check this before I sign off. But if you guys got any questions, throw it in the chat. Let me know. If you want me to give you, my opinion on anything, on a chart, a pair that you're looking at, any trading relating questions on my stuff, feel free to let me know. So what we learned today was run your winners. You got to be ready to eat your losing trades on the way to the big one. So this was Euro. This was originally I think a 30 pip stop. If anyone here is in from, maybe it was 35. Yeah, I think it was somewhere around that level, because it was about a 1.25 to 1 risk to reward that I ended up with. Overall, let's jump out to the 4 hour on Euro, get a super zoomed out view, kind of choppy back and forth when we look at a really, really zoomed out view. Again, this is, January of this year. We're looking back, almost a whole nother year here. So not like a majorly strong uptrend that we're seeing Euro in. If I look all the way down to the recent 4 hour and 1 hour trend, this is headed down to me. How am I coming up with that determination? Lower highs and lower lows. Really simple. We don't have to make this way more complicated than it needs to be in terms of technical analysis. Market structure looks like it's headed down. Just by looking at it, if you made an argument to me looking at this chart right here that this was headed up, I would ask you, what do you see? So anyway, price was headed down. We had a lower low get put in. Looking at the 1 hour here, this is pretty much how I trade and structure these trades. Maybe I dropped down to the 15 to take a look, but I didn't even for this. I had this zone marked off. These were kind of my 4 hour zones. These are like my 1 hour zones. Had this zone marked off that price might pull back up to. I didn't take a sell right down here because I felt like it had room to run. This is a huge move to the downside. I saw it push up here, had some nice wicks to the upside, some kind of bearish closes around the zone that I liked, maybe as an order block or just what you want to call a supply demand resistance zone, whatever. Could it have just as easily continued this trend that was pushing up and gone all the way back up here? Sure. That's why we have a stop loss. But I took this on what I saw as selling pressure coming out of this zone. It ended up playing very nicely. I moved stop loss to break even. somewhere down around this level in here as price started to chop around. Figured I would secure my capital, preserve my capital, not secure profit because I'm not closing anything out. And then I let it run. I held this one overnight, and I ended up targeting this zone, which was hit this morning. I based this off of really these lows here. This wasn't as convincing of a big momentum move to the downside that I wanted to hold all the way past these lows. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to close up here before 1-to-1. You know, we got to make the winners a little bit larger than the losers. And we did that by holding to about a 1.25 after moving, you know, stop loss to break even and preserving some capital. No magic here. This could have easily not hit. This could have just continued, you know, just all the way down through like the Dow. And you could be saying, Zach, why did you close your trade so early? You should have held it instead of, oh, wow, you picked the, you know, the bottom of that move. This still might move down further. I'm going to get rid of this, this position tool now. This still may move down further. I think it's more likely to come down and break this low over here before it does anything else. I'm going to wait for that. I got my alert set below these lows. I got alerts set above these highs in case it comes back up. I'm going to watch for this move to continue. This is a nice area that we want to see it break below. These lows are a little bit above these lows here. So I think a nice push down, breaking below here and here, would be an indication that this move to the downside is going to continue. I'll turn off this volume. This is what I'm talking about on a forex.com chart, you know, no volume. So yeah, so again, we'll kind of see. I'll be looking for something like this to form to the downside. If we start to break to the upside above here, I'm going to be less inclined to get involved until it starts really forming some uptrend structure and shows that we're going to be headed back up above these highs, you know, towards, you know, some areas of, you know, prior highs or lows up there. So that's my analysis on Euro USD. You know, going to look for another short. That one played out nicely. Didn't hold it all the way down just in case it does start to bounce here. Take the profit, you know, move on to the next one. We'll see if it breaks below here or pulls back up. USD JPY kind of got some consolidation. If you watch, you know, the Forex pairs, you may or may not know what's going on with USD JPY. Massive push up towards these really big highs. We're all the way up near this massive zone here. If we zoom out to the daily, we're at the highs, man. This is it. We're testing it again. It looks like, you know, it wants to break. There's some more fundamentals, you know, I know involved in you know, in how this pair is going to move. But as a technical analyst trader, I'm just trading the chart. I'm taking a look at, you know, at what I see here and trading accordingly. So when I look at this on the 1 hour, here's my analysis that I shared in the free Telegram. If you're not in here, if you're not in there and you're in here some way, make sure you hop in the free Telegram. I share a bunch of stuff every day. This is the zone, the resistance zone. Came up, pushed above these highs today, yesterday. Yeah, early this morning we were way up here, and then we bounced off again. I want to see this thing come up above. I think if it starts to, it's going to move pretty quick. Maybe we get, you know, some kind of big fake out or big wick up before a move down. That's possible. But again, I'd be waiting for structure to the upside to be taking buys. I'm going to wait for that first move to go. I'm not going to take a buy on the breakout. I want to see some kind of pullback. If it starts to run really, really fast, the way you know, JPY does, some USD JPY does, that's fine. I'm going to be waiting for some kind of pullback structure to form, and then a continuation to the upside. And that, you know, that's going to be my entry somewhere around there, record structure risk. So we'll see. If it doesn't, if it just finds, you know, resistance here, breaks out of this kind of consolidation rangy area and starts headed down, you know, I want to see a break below these lows and a continuation down. I'm going to be a little bit slower to act on sells on this one here. So alert set on TradingView. You know, I'll come back and check it out when we get something like that. USD CAD. Here's what I'm looking at on this bad boy. obvious uptrend here, right? How am I coming up with that, guys? Price is headed up, right? Like if I drew an arrow here, that doesn't make sense, right? Like, I always find it funny, like saying higher highs and higher lows, because it's pretty obvious what we're looking at. But here's the uptrend here. On the 4 hours zoomed out, we're at a resistance zone that I'm looking at based on these highs here. You've got a bunch of price action. If you wanted to extend this zone all the way back to this area, it's really testing this level here where these sets of highs are, these sets of highs are. It has not broken above yet. I did have this marked up that I thought it would either pull back here, pull back down further and push up, or pull back down even further before pushing up. It really only pulled back pretty shallow here and then pulled back up, pushed back up. Didn't break above these highs, kind of dropped off a little bit here. This is the area, the zone, the range that I'm watching. Again, similar deal with USD JPY. I want to see this thing break up above, stage some kind of a pullback, and then continue the move to the upside, and I'll be looking for buys. I really don't want to be taking sells on this thing right now unless, this starts to completely break down and we have really big moves to the downside. USD CAD can be kind of dangerous. As you can see, this thing's got some pretty gnarly moves on it. When it drops off, it can move quickly. I had sells way back here. I think this was the end of last year. Was this? December. This worked out really nicely. But we're gonna wait for some buys on this one. That's the game plan. And again, nothing magical with this strategy. It's market structure, price action, playing off of trend, trying to find a good way to structure risk. Again, there's plenty of ways that this could line up where I wouldn't take a trade, and there's plenty of ways, that it would line up where it would provide a good way to structure risk. When I approach entering a trade on one of these things, one of these pairs, I want to find a spot where my stop loss can go that makes sense. Under lows, below lows, kind of just what you saw me doing on Dow, where if it comes down, it's less likely to continue in the direction that I'm trading in, and where I'd like to be potentially reversing my position and getting short because I think it's likely to continue further down. So again, I'm trading these on the 1 hour. I start with a pretty wide stop. If you've seen some of my other videos, I also actively manage my trades. I like to move stops, potentially. I like to add to winning positions. I will close trades in drawdown early before the stop if I think they're likely to continue down, and just preserve that capital. So a lot of times what I'll do on a trading opportunity, maybe like USD CAD, let's say I was taking a buy right now, I would start it with a really wide stop, and my intention would be, like an example here, let's say it starts to push up into profit and get above these highs, or maybe just above these highs here. I might go ahead and add a second position and then bring the stop loss about halfway on both of the positions, or even something like that. Price has already shown me that my trading idea is correct. I'm doubling up on my entire position size, and I'm controlling risk by only leaving on the initial amount of risk, by lowering the risk on the first position and having to reduce risk on the second position. You can have creative ways to manage your trades to be able to add into winners, and sometimes just cut your losers short. I usually don't set a profit target. Like you saw, I didn't set a hard target on the Dow. I like to try to let them run. I know I'm eating my words on that because I didn't let it happen on Dow, and it would have played nicely. But that's the game plan on here. Actively managing your trades, trying to adjust to make your winners a little bit bigger than your losers. That's the game plan here. Not a massively high win rate, no magic strategy, not 100 indicators or some ridiculous set of concepts of understanding how the banks trade. If that works for you, I think everybody's different and everybody has a different mind. That's fine. But for me, keeping things really incredibly simple. I literally have one color for all my candlesticks. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, paying attention to price action, paying attention to market structure, really tells me everything I need to know and how I want to trade. So blasting through the rest of these, I took some rangy trades on Euro CAD because it was stuck in this range and had some big movements going on. I'm pretty much done now that it's broken out here. I'm going to clear the drawings off this chart. This is a nightmare. I don't want to trade this at all. Most of what you're going to find is either correlated to one of these three pairs and or a JPY pair that I really want to wait for USD JPY to tell me what it's going to do. Yes, GBP JPY, GJ, NJ, EJ, all of these JPY pairs will move differently. It's a different cross pair than USD JPY, but this, in my mind, is at a really important, point, and I want to watch what happens from here, and I'm just going to watch it on the main pair, and I'm just going to forget trading in between here. I think whatever occurs from here is going to be a pretty big move. Doesn't have to be, and I don't know when it's going to occur. This shit might chop around for a lot longer and just have this rangy price action. So, we'll kind of just wait and see. But I'm going to focus on USD JPY. So, again, GBP USD correlated to the euro. Sometimes I'll find a little bit better risk setup on GBP USD. For now, I'm just paying attention to the euro. I've been taking trades on the euro. It's working out fine. I'm just going to keep rolling with that. I don't know why I have two USD CADs on here. I think this one had, this was a different broker that had volume on it that I was messing with. AUD CAD, kind of rangy, consolidating move. Again, somewhat correlated to USD CAD. I do like AUD CAD as a pair to trade, but not super exciting on the super zoomed out, not super exciting on the super zoomed in. We've got these big price action, and then it's kind of stuck in between here. I want to see some kind of a breakout above or below so I can leverage some type of a trend. If I see a great little range that I'm going to play in because I can't find anything else, that's fine. But for the most part, I want to start by leveraging trend. Is it moving up or is it moving down on the higher time frames? The 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, and then, what is it doing right then and there? Is it moving down like in the euro? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a sell. Again, nothing on GBP JPY, not NJ. GBP CAD, same kind of deal. Just this rangy move. You could say that this is in a downtrend after selling off. It got stuck here. I took some trades on this somewhere back here. I think I was taking buys. So this was a really nice uptrend, right? I was way too late to it, unfortunately. I got stuck in the consolidation over here, but this has since ended and has started to sell off, and then has now pulled up and come back into this range BS. So I'm going to leave it alone. I don't even have alerts set. I'll come back to check it, and if this is selling off hard, maybe we're going to look for some sells on it. But for right now, leaving it alone. AUD USD, similar deal, man. I mean, do we have a really strong trend formed, or do we think that this is just moving sideways? Here's my analysis on this one. I don't know. You can trade, if you're a range trader, you can trade stuff like this. For me, it's just not as easy, man. I want the easy stuff. I need to have as much of an edge in the market as I possibly can when I put my trades on, and this is not doing me any favors. So I'm leaving it alone. GBP AUD, what the fuck? Excuse me. Sideways movements, man. Rangy consolidation all the way down to as we're zoomed in. NZD, USD, a little bit better of a downtrend. I'll bring that boy all the way up to the top. We could definitely say that this is in a downtrend from all the way up here. We did come up and break some highs with these moves here, but as we zoom in on the 1 hour, this is headed down a little bit lower. So yeah, I will watch this one. Let's look at the daily and do some top-down analysis. If we go really zoomed out, we see another downtrend. As we zoom in from December, we see a downtrend here. with this kind of double top that got put in, and then a continuation down. Drop to the 4 hour. Again, similar view on its way down, and then all the way down to the 1 hour. So I'm going to throw an alert a few pips below this level here, and an alert above this level here. That's what I like to do for, my 1 hour swing trading stuff. Price comes up, I want to know about it. Price heads down, I want to know about it as well. So yeah, I'll take a look at that. I'm going to say, we can mark some zones on this one while we're here. Zoomed way out on the 4 hour. This is probably, my next area is going to be like this level here, or even this level way down here, these lows. So let's go ahead. Actually, I'm just going to use some lines for this. Make it simple since we're so far back. I'm going to throw a line right there. I like how that lines up with this. It's kind of not a great zone, but I'm going to leave that right there. That would be the next low that it's approaching in the downtrend. This one I'm going to throw here. I'm kind of going in between price action because I'm usually using the zone. And when I have a line here on my Forex stuff, I know that, I'm looking at something that is around this area. There's nothing magical about the line that I'm going to drop on here. I don't use a round number. I don't use anything special, just an area that makes sense. And then below here, be looking way down here. So these are some just rough zones, looking way, way back on the 4 hour that we might be headed down to. Looking if we're below this low. We're not. Let's check this out. Can be exact if we want. Use a magnet tool. Oh, we are. Yeah, so that's fine. This was the prior low tested. This is a hell of a zone up here. Big push down off of this area. If it was going to head up, I'm still on the 4 hour here. This would be like a huge zone I'd be looking at. Maybe it already came back to clear this, so I don't need a zone right here. Maybe it heads back up and checks out this price action here. Some people might call this an order block, some spot that was tested. Maybe it comes to check out this kind of no man's land area that price has just blasted down through. On the 1 hour, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's fine. We'll leave some zones on this bad boy. So yeah, we'll see if we break down below these lows. Throw a zone right there, and or breaking above. I will mark this zone here. Nice. Let's see what we get. Here's really what I'm looking at. Boom, something along these lines. Again, guys, when I do this, I'm not marking something super specific. I'm just looking at a general move to the downside, some form of a pullback, and then a push down. The break below can be very shallow. The pullback can be way up here. It can come back up and clip these highs and then continue down. It can be the opposite. It could be a huge push down, a small pullback without even touching the lows, and then price action forming to the downside. The basis of what I'm showing you here is this is what I'm looking for structurally. And then I'm going to watch how price action forms on a break and retest is really what this is. So we're down here, AD, GBP, AD, yep. Again, EJ, don't care. EG, I'm really not a fan of this pair at all. Very, very big back and forth moves. I think it's great for like trading a super rangy type of system because you get so much back and forth movement as it moves. But I'm not seeing a major trend on this one. If we saw something like this, it might be nice to leverage, or even on the way down here. But we got a lot of sideways movement. It looks like it's starting to kind of kick back up. But this is way too rangy for me to be messing with. So that's pretty much going to be it, guys. That is my Forex analysis. again, we ended up in profit by $95. Not a whole lot here on Dow. Had I held this one, this would have been a much nicer winner, but secured some profit ahead of the first loss. All good. That's the way it goes sometimes. So I'll be back at it again tomorrow morning, traded live for NYSE Open with the Discord. If you're not in the free Telegram, make sure you hop in the free Telegram. If you want to work with me one-on-one, jump in, Team Real Deal, realdealforex.com. And feel free to subscribe to the YouTube and check out when I am going live next time. If you watch this long, I appreciate it, man. And I will see you next time.